Today I'm really excited because we're doing our 4th live challenge this week. So, and today is the first day of our challenge for the week. We're going to spend 4 days with people who are looking to escape, to break the chains of the family financial freedom, or family financial slavery, should I say. So break those chains, get out of the financial freedom, the generations of financial slavery, and really begin to unlock the chains to true family financial freedom, where we're able to begin building generational wealth and building legacy, escaping that 9-to-5, and being able to change those generational cycles. And by the grace of God, like I've been able to do, I've been so blessed with being able to do those things. And so with the Family Financial Freedom Challenge, what I do is I spend that time showing everyone the next 4 days, 2 hours a day, going into like the things that have allowed me to create that family financial freedom for my loved ones and for many of my students all over the world. And I get deep into this stuff. But when I say I get deep, there's some things that are pretty deep, and then there's some things that are just real simple. The key things that you need to do is simple. The things that are deep that we get into, those are things that is just a lifelong growth process that we have to go through. And as we are going through that lifelong growth process, then what we're doing is we're just getting better, right? We're becoming that person who we're created to be. So we're becoming that person. Like, and when I say we're becoming, we are that person that God created us to be. But our mindset over the years, from the time we've grown, our mindset doesn't really act like we're that person. The things that we do every day doesn't act like we're that person. And so, just for example, like the things that I did 7 years ago I was still the same person, but my mindset, even though, I was, successful, I'd say successful, but my mindset wasn't the mindset that I needed to have that allows me to do the things that I do today, that allows me to affect people's lives the way I do today, making millions and millions and millions of dollars like I do today. And so, and helping others like I do today to do the same thing. Like my mindset, the actions that I took every day weren't the actions of the person that did those things, right? And so it's just learning, and you're just continuing to grow. But the things that you need to do in order to accomplish those things, as far as like the simple steps, the vehicle with, like for me, like Airbnb, passive income is how I've developed our family financial freedom. We began building that generational wealth using Airbnb passive income, and so without owning property, and coaching and mentoring and helping people all over the world to do it the same way that we do it. My kids do it, my students do it. So that's like that's the vehicle. But then the steps to being able to accomplish that, having landlords reaching out to you in 24 hours in your area, inviting you out to take a look at their places, so that one, you can see how nice the places are, and two, you could begin discussing you leasing those places for your own Airbnb business. Like, I don't own any of my properties that I have Airbnbs. My family and I, we have just under 100 listings between Florida and New York, and I don't own any of those properties. But like, in order to get them, like, it's really simple. And a lot of people don't understand how simple it is. So it's simple steps. But here's the point. Just because it's simple, like most of my students, like, that stuff will happen. Like, that's part of our system, right? All you got to do is just follow my simple steps, model exactly what I do. You're going to get the same results. Landlords will be reaching out to you. And then you model what I do. You follow my simple steps. I handhold you through the process. And then you'll be able to lock in those leases so that you can have your first Airbnbs and generate the revenue to 2 to 3 times whatever you're paying in rent. Like, that stuff happens. That's just part of the system. But now the other part happens where it's just continual growth. So as you begin to scale, now you're like, wait, now I'm making $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month. Like, how do I manage that? Like, how does my life today, like, the things that I'm doing today that makes where I'm punching a clock, where, like, my mindset is about like my time, the time that I use to generate my revenue. Like, I go to work every day, I have a 9 to 5, or I'm doing traditional real estate and dealing with tenants, or you know, I'm a property manager and just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Like, all those kinds of things that you're doing today, that if you continue to do those things, they don't really fit when you're trying to, when your desire is to get to 50,000, 100,000 a month, 150,000 a month, $200,000 a month. Like, those things, you can't do those things and do that too. Now, you could get to that 5, 10, 15, 20,000. And if you're okay doing that, that's fine, cool. Some people are happy with that, but you'll eventually learn. Like, once you get bit by that bug, like, once you realize, oh my gosh, like, this is real and it's true, like, I can do it. Like, once you get bit by that bug, then you'll also begin to develop into the other person that will do the other things to help you get to that 50, 100,000 a month, 150,000 a month. Now you're making millions of dollars a year. And so that's what the Family Financial Freedom Challenge is. It's about, you know, me just uncovering the things that I do, giving you the basics of how this stuff is done so that you can implement this stuff pretty quickly and get results, like, during those 4 days that we're together. And then just surrounding you with other like-minded people that are doing the same thing, that have the same desires that God's placed in your heart, which is, you know, the vision, you know, for their family and their lives, where they want to be able to break, you know, escape the 9 to 5, get out of the rat race, right? Where they want to be able to begin building that legacy with their kids and their grandkids, where they want to be able to help family members who really need it, where they want to be able to begin being more of a blessing to their church and their community, their missions and things that God's given them a heart for. They want to begin changing those generational cycles and building that generational wealth. Like, that's the heart of the people that are in my communities and the people that I spend, you know, time with every day. Because when you're around like-minded people, then it's easier to accomplish the things that, because as the word tells us, iron sharpens iron, right? And so right now I'm on my run. I was just on the front end of my run. I tried to do live earlier, and it didn't work. I was in the car and the live wasn't working because my internet connection was bad. So I wanted to put this out because I wanted to invite you. If your desire is, if God's giving you a desire to have family financial freedom, and he's giving you a desire to break that chain of financial bondage that many of us have had, many still have, then join us on the challenge. Save your seat. There should be a link in the messaging, or just message me, DM me, and we'll get you the link. It starts today. It's at 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. So that way, some of y'all who unfortunately still have to punch that clock, you'll be able to come and make it. So normally I would do it earlier in the day, but I've gotten a lot of people asking me if we could just do it a little bit later, so that because they really wanted to be there, and so like that's what it's for. It's not for me, it's for you. So although if my desire is to truly be a blessing and a help, then those are the kinds of things that I want to know. How can I best be a help to others? And as I got that feedback, I made the adjustment. And so that's that. So join us on the challenge, and I can tell you, if you're curious and not really serious, if you're curious and not really committed, maybe this isn't the place for you. But on the other side, if you're curious, if you're not just curious, if you're committed, if you're serious about changing those generational cycles, escaping the financial bondage that you may be in, or that other family members are in, building that generational wealth, then if you're serious and committed to doing that, your life is going to change over this next 4 days when you join me. So anyway, I'm going to finish up with my run. I wanted to just reach out this morning before and just let you know that we're having it, and now is the time. Right? If no more delaying. How many things have you put off and you're still in the same situation? What were your New Year's resolutions that you didn't follow through with? Right? And don't be thinking about all the people that have disappointed you and all that stuff. That should be the thing that motivates you. Don't be thinking about the last thing you did and failed. Like the only reason you could fail is if you, like, what failure means is just stop trying, right? Just stop. When you stop pursuing what God's giving you vision for, giving you desire for, then you fail. But continue to pursue it. Like, anyway, I could go on. I'll get into some of that stuff as well. But join us if you if you're serious, if you're committed. Join us, and I guarantee you, your life will change forever. All right. So God bless you.